So hello again. Thanks for tuning in. We're with Rudi Kennard this afternoon, who is from Innate Wellbeing, an innate wellbeing facilitator or coach. We're looking forward to a chat with Rudi because for Viva, we're looking at helping people who are in either the profession or in the position of helping others. And Rudi's got extensive experience of that. And really, we'd like to hand over to Rudi just to say a few words about how he feels that Viva's an event that he wants to be speaking at, and how it might help people to come along and experience.
Oh, well, thank you for the invite, Sue. And it'll be a real honour and pleasure to be part of the conference. Well, I think for me, initially I trained as a coach and a therapist. And I don't know if anyone's listening who work with other people as a therapist or coach or a psychologist or any profession which is aiming to help other people help themselves, really. Well, when I worked within these professions, I used to teach mindfulness meditation, qigong. I did various mind technologies. And I found that the sheer weight of the clients I was seeing every day was kind of taking its toll on me. I kind of felt a little bit de-energized. I was also talking to businesses and organizations, and I found that constantly giving out was taking its effect on me, really. And I just thought that that was normal. That's part of what you do when you help other people. It's going to have a negative effect on you. But when I came across this understanding, which the conference we're talking about, this is 11 years ago now, I found that, I can actually still see lots of people. I can still talk to businesses, organizations and people, members of the public, and it doesn't have to have a detrimental effect on me. That was new to me because I really had a strong belief that it would. But what I love about this get-together at Viva is we're going to share really simple, mind-blowingly simple, neutral understanding of how we work, how as human beings we create our experience. And when we can share that with other people, it really helps their experience. And I know being a coach and a therapist maybe was close to my heart and maybe close to other people's hearts, but this helps us be all we can be, help other people be all that they can be, and have more ease in their lives, have more well-being, hence that my company's name, Innate Wellbeing, is allowing an innate or a natural propensity to be resilient, to be able to cope with life and actually have more ease in your life in a very profoundly practical way. So I'm going to really enjoy the conference. I really enjoy the get together and share this with other people. And I'm looking forward to meeting you.
That's very inspiring to hear. So just listening to you myself, getting that feeling of this is not a very, very serious event that we're planning. And you were describing how life used to be for you. Well, for me, I used to think, well, if something's really worthwhile, it's pretty serious, and that you dedicate yourself to it, and, there's not a lot of larking around or mischief. That came afterwards. And what I found, and I get this message from you in a way, that it opens up a space for that more wholehearted kind of experience of life, that the boundary lines that we made up before no longer rule. We're finding ourselves much more fluid, and I love the word ease. I think that's just such a great word to describe what happens. We just life gets easier, but in that sense of ease, not that we don't still put 12 hours, 14 hours a day in sometimes, or we're not kind of working hard, but it's with ease, and that's the big difference.
Yeah, and I like the way you said space, Sue, because what it does for us and what it helps us do for others is it helps open up a space within their own consciousness, within their own mind, within their own clarity of thinking, that allows us and others to experience a much richer experience of love. I mean, happiness is great, don't get me wrong, but there is a depth of experience of life that kind of goes beyond happiness to something immeasurably fulfilling and has nothing to do with what you do or who you are or where you go or where you live, and everything to do was unleashing this innate, pre-existing well-being, resilience, enjoyment of life from within. And I think there's that saying, something about don't try and change the world. Your being in the world is changing it. This is kind of like allowing us to be in the world from a very different space. And as a therapist, coach, being in that space yourself and with clients is so immeasurably helpful, because it's then not in the words that you're imparting, it's in the embodiment of you that really does the work and really aids yours and other people's resilience.
Yeah. So for anybody who's in a position of caring, supporting, helping others, that's got to be good news. That's got to be enticing, because the old paradigm doesn't really talk with that kind of energy about it. And we were talking with somebody else, and the idea that you need the supervision to take care of you because you will have absorbed and taken on a lot of stuff, and we don't really have a sense of that in this kind of, I guess, new paradigm. So thank you, Rudi. We're looking forward to speaking to you again when you're with Jen, and they'll open up a new conversation. So thanks ever so much for your time. We're just thrilled that you're coming in November, and hopefully we'll see you before.
It's my pleasure, and look forward to seeing you too.
All right. Thanks, Rudi.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
For now.